Hi everyone, I'm Shamin and I'm doing this for the first time, slam poetry. Yeah, so please, I'm very nervous, please be nice to me. The poem that I'm doing is called Poles Apart. It might be a little dark on the dark side, but art hai, matlab kyun judge kare, dark ho ya light ho. It's on bipolar disorder. It's from my own personal experience. Poles apart. Every coin has two sides. This side, I'm high on my existence, giggling my way through tiny pleasures of life. The pleasure of waking up to the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. The pleasure of waking up to the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the pleasure of driving early morning through the fog on the ceiling, the pleasure of panting and trying to catch my breath after my morning runs, the pleasure of breathing in the patrico and knowing the rains are so near, the pleasure of the warmth of his breath on my neck when he whispers love notes into my ear, the pleasure of seeing the twinkle in his eyes when he enjoys my animated babbling, the pleasure of witnessing his content smile, seeing me bouncing in my effervescence, knowing I'm on my upward slide, on my fantasy ride, the pleasure of gorging on my cheat days, the pleasure of dancing with friends on hip-hop and swirling like a Sufi as my soul sways, the pleasure of getting wasted with friends, talking bullshit, laughing at meaningless jokes till 1 o'clock until we are knocked. Cut to. Every coin has two sides. The other side. Some call it mood swing. Some call it the effect of the moon cycle. Some call it PMS, PMDD and whatnot. My therapist calls it bipolar disorder. Well, being bipolar is not being literally up the pole, unlike the preconceived notions and the miscommunications. Well, it might be an anomaly though, like the brain getting sucked into a black hole. Every coin has two sides. For me, this other side of the coin is the coming down of the tiny pleasures of life. The coming down of the beauty of nature, the coming down of the eternity of love, the coming down of the oxytocin of kisses and hugs, the coming down of the endorphins after my runs, the coming down of the cravings and the cheat day fun, the coming down of the high of friends, the night outs, parties, getting wasted, the meaningless jokes, the coming down of all things dope. I relate these oscillations with the ocean, like the high tides and the low tides. I wonder, when the tides go low, does the ocean feel the coming down of its vastness too, just like I do? Does the moon feel the coming down of its brightness too, just like I do? Well, law of gravity says everything that bounces up falls down. My fall drowns me in an abyss of emptiness. On a car ride or on the roadside, sometimes outside, sometimes inside, sometimes by the bedside, a tornado hits my gut so hard, like for real, still so surreal. Too quick for me to even gasp for breath, losing myself in the turbulence. My mind shrinks into nothingness and sinks into the whirlpool of the tornado's enormousness. And then it's not who anxiety holds me captive in my own head, not alone, but along with his partner in crime, the panic attack, hammering me until I feel I'm dead. Then I pop some pills and hit the bed, wishing I never wake up from this intoxicating sleep, but I do, and it repeats, everything repeats. I lose the love, the empathy, the compassion, the beautiful soul that I am. What do I transform into? Maybe a living corpse? Well, the good news, law of nature, the moon shines its brightest again, the tide rises again, so does the love, the empathy, the compassion, the beautiful soul that I am, arise like a sleeping dragon, protecting my sanity, my humanity. I rise and I bounce back. Thank you so much.